Rapper T.I., known for his bold personality and love for his wife Tiny, just stunned fans in the wildest way. In the middle of a live show, he jumped off stage to confront an unknown man getting too close to Tiny. What really happened? Let's break it down. T.I. has always been known as a tough guy, bold, loud, and ready to speak his mind. But on April 20, 2025, at the Sesh Cannabis and Music Festival, he didn't just talk the talk. He jumped right off the stage to protect his wife Tiny in front of a shocked crowd. And the internet can't stop talking about it. Everything was going great at first. The crowd was lit, the smoke was thick, and the music was loud. T.I. had everyone vibing, but then something strange happened. A man in the crowd started acting weird around Tiny, who was standing near the stage. As it wasn't just annoying, it looked disrespectful, and T.I. noticed it right away. Without missing a beat, he stopped rapping, pointed into the crowd, and jumped down from the stage. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing, phones came out, people started shouting, but T.I. was locked in, heading straight toward the man messing with Tiny. One clip shows T.I. shouting and moving fast through the crowd. You can hear fans yelling, "That's real love." Another person screamed, "Protect the queen." It was clear this wasn't a staged moment. This was raw, real, and full of emotion. And guess who showed up right behind him? His son, King Harris. That's right. King didn't sit back or hide. He joined his dad in standing up for his mom. Side by side, they showed everyone what it means to ride for your family. Fans online loved it. "Like father, like son," one person posted. Harris men don't play. After the whole thing, T.I. got back on the mic, and what he said next sent chills through the crowd. "Leave her alone, or I'ma flip the table." Boom, no confusion, no soft words, just straight up warning. And the crowd went wild. What happened at the 420 Festival wasn't the first time T.I. stood up for Tiny, and it probably won't be the last. This man has a long history of defending his queen, and he doesn't care who he has to go through to do it. Let's rewind to 2014. T.I. and Floyd Mayweather, yes, the undefeated boxing champ, got into a real-life fight. Why? Because Tiny was spotted at one of Mayweather's events. Rumors flew that she was getting a little too friendly with the boxer, and T.I. wasn't having it. The two stars crossed paths at a Fat Burger in Las Vegas, and things got messy. Birds were thrown, punches followed, and security had to break it up. Mayweather even shouted, "Control your woman," and you know that only made things worse. T.I. made one thing clear: no one plays with his family. Then in 2023, it happened again, but this time with a shady promoter in Atlanta. Someone dropped a flyer online with T.I. and his son King's faces on it. The flyer made it look like they were performing at an event, but they had no idea about it. T.I. jumped online and shut it down fast. He called out the promoter and warned folks not to mess with his name, his son, or his city. These moments show who T.I. really is when it comes to Tiny and his family. He doesn't wait, he doesn't think twice. Whether it's a boxing legend or a random promoter, if you cross the line, T.I.'s stepping in.
Good morning, little baby. Hey, good honey baby.
Before the drama, before the viral moments, and before they became one of Hollywood's most talked about couples, T.I. and Tiny's story started just like any other. Two people meeting, falling in love, and trying to figure out how to make it work. It all began in the early 2000s, when T.I. was still an up-and-coming rapper, And Tiny was already making waves as a member of the R&B group. The two couldn't have been more different. T.I. was the bold, street-smart guy with a swag all his own, while Tiny was the sweet, soft-spoken singer with a big voice. Yet there was something about them that just clicked. Despite their differences, they found a common ground in their love for music and each other. By 2010, after years of dating and building their relationship, they decided to make it official and tied the knot. Their wedding was a big deal, not just because they were celebrities, but because they were combining a blended family. Between them, they had 7 children, some from previous relationships and others they had together. It wasn't always easy, but they made it work. No matter the spotlight or the challenges, family came first. But like any couple in the public eye, their relationship wasn't immune to struggles. The first major bump in the road came in 2016, when Tiny shocked everyone by filing for divorce. At the time, rumors were flying about infidelity and a serious breakdown in communication. Fans were left wondering what went wrong with the couple that had seemed so solid for years. It was tough, especially because they were still trying to co-parent their kids together. Even though the spark seemed to be gone, they stayed close for their family's sake. But deep down, both knew something needed to change. Just when people thought they were done, a surprising twist came in 2017. Tiny started getting her career back on track with the Escape reunion tour, and T.I. was there, supporting her every step of the way. Fans watched as he showed up at shows, giving his wife the spotlight she deserved. Slowly but surely, their bond started to heal. Then came the big moment. They renewed their vows in 2019. It wasn't some over-the-top ceremony. It was intimate, emotional, and full of love. The couple was back on track, showing the world that despite all the trials, they could rebuild what they had. Their public displays of affection and unity gave fans hope that even the toughest relationships could survive. But just when it seemed like they were back to their old selves, the 2021 sexual misconduct allegations hit. It was a bombshell that no one expected. Several people came forward with serious claims against both T.I. and Tiny, and suddenly their public image was under fire. They denied all the accusations, calling them false and damaging to their reputations. But the fallout was massive. VH1, which had been airing their popular reality show T.I. and Tiny, Friends and Family Hustle, made the decision to cancel it. The couple faced public criticism and sponsors started pulling back. Despite standing together in their denials, the situation put a huge strain on their marriage. With the weight of these allegations hanging over them, it was hard for anyone to ignore the tension. It was a tough moment for both of them, especially after everything they'd been through. But through it all, T.I. and Tiny's story isn't just about the highs or the lows. It's about a couple that's been tested in nearly every way. From the early love to the public drama to the family moments and the scandals, their journey has been anything but easy. Yet one thing's clear, T.I. and Tiny aren't just surviving, they're fighting for each other, even when the world is watching. Even when things get messy, T.I. still shows up for Tiny, whether it's jumping off stage to protect her or cheering her on as she gets back in the spotlight. They've been through so much, but their love story continues to unfold, and if there's one thing we've learned, is that when it comes to Tiny, T.I. is never backing down.
No, that's one of her next days. No, listen. No, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Ice cream is not a snack. That is the dessert.
T.I. and Tiny are one of those couples that get people talking, and not just in private circles. They're a hot topic everywhere. For every fan who loves them, there's a critic with something to say. Some see them as the perfect example of loyalty and family values, while others raise eyebrows, questioning whether their relationship is as healthy as it looks. For many, T.I. and Tiny are the real deal. They're seen as a couple who have been through ups and downs, but always seem to have each other's backs. I's constant defense of Tiny, whether it's jumping off a stage to protect her or showing up for her career, is something fans admire. For them, it's authenticity at its finest. One fan on Instagram put it simply, T.I. shows what real love is, protecting your woman, sticking by her no matter what. And it's true, in a world full of fleeting relationships, T.I. and Tiny's willingness to go through the fire and come out stronger seems like a breath of fresh air. Their love has been through infidelity rumors, divorce filings, and more, yet they've found a way back to each other time and time again. But what really gets their supporters talking is how their love represents Black love in all its resilience. Amid the noise, T.I. and Tiny have fought to stay together, and their fans are proud of it. One Twitter user said, "They're the epitome of Black love. Real relationships take work, and they've been doing that for years." It's clear, for many, they're not just a famous couple, they're a beacon of what it means to fight for your relationship. Not everyone is buying into this fairy tale. For critics, T.I.'s actions sometimes come across as more controlling than protective. The way he steps in to handle situations for Tiny, whether it's confronting fans or other men, makes some people question his intention. It's not always seen as sweet or chivalrous. Some see it as a form of toxic masculinity. One Twitter comment summed up the concerns. "I get that he wants to protect his wife, but it feels like T.I. is doing too much. Let Tiny be her own person." Critics argue that T.I.'s approach makes it seem like Tiny can't handle things on her own, even though she's more than capable. Instead of support, some feel it's a way of asserting control over her every move. Then there's the cyclical toxicity in their relationship. People can't help but notice the pattern of breaking up and getting back together. For some, it feels like they've seen this story before. Tiny files for divorce, then they reconcile, only for another drama-filled moment to hit the headlines. One Facebook commenter wrote, "How many times are they going to break up and make up? That's not healthy for their kids or their marriage." While their fans cheer for their comeback stories, the critics wonder if it's all just a dangerous cycle. Is it love, or is it a pattern of drama that keeps them in the public eye? Like, share, and subscribe for more updates for all the latest celebrity news.